Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I took a little day off yesterday and I know, you know what, sometimes you need a day off, you know. Last week we were pumping out videos like, you know, the hose pipe filling up a swimming pool analogy. I said that one last week. I don't know if it's an analogy, it's just a way of comparing something and the English words have completely evaporated from my mind. But I bloody missed you lot yesterday because I had to tell you in some way or another that, in case you've forgotten, Chelsea Football Club are the best team in the world. We're the champions of Europe. And with the whole title of champions of Europe comes a lot of interesting stories. And this summer, Chelsea fans, we are in for a treat. We are going to be linked with X, Y, Z, K, L, M, whatever letters you want. We're going to be linked with these players. And we've got to talk about it somewhere. We've got to start somewhere with moving not on from what was the best night of our lives with Chelsea lifting the European Cup, but we've got to start looking at how we build this team more, how we don't just have this one, if you look at the grander picture of things, we finished 4th in the Premier League, we lost the FA Cup final, Carabao Cup non-existent, and it looks like it's a little bit out of the blue. It looks as though Chelsea have just randomly, doggo, cat, can you stop eating sponges and relax for a minute, please? Your dad's trying to work to pay for your food. It looked like it came out of nowhere, to be quite honest. And Thomas Tuchel is reportedly very close, if not already agreed, just not publicly announced at the time of me recording this video, on Thursday morning UK time. Thomas Tuchel is about to sign a 3-year extension to his existing Chelsea contract, which, in my opinion, is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I think Thomas Tuchel, what he's done in 4 months is more than enough to show not just the Chelsea fans and people like me who make these videos, but the Chelsea hierarchy. When Roberto Di Matteo came in, Roberto Di Matteo didn't have a CV prior to taking over the Chelsea job. And in terms of looking like a random trophy win, as incredible as it all was for Chelsea at that time, that we actually won the Champions League the way we did, Thomas Tuchel not only has a much better CV than Di Matteo did, but when we look at that first Champions League victory in 2012, not to take anything away from Roberto Di Matteo, but that was a Champions League victory that was very clearly driven by the fact that we had some of the best players in the world in the peak years of their career leading and driving this Chelsea team forward. The likes of Cech, Terry, Ashley Cole, Lampard, Drogba, Juan Mata, the brilliance of him, Fernando Torres. You had so many leaders in that team, and with this Chelsea team, there has been such an evident tactical shift from what we were doing under Lampard to what we started to do under Thomas Tuchel. We can really see here a world-class footballing manager who 100% deserves not only the backing of us as Chelsea fans, he'll go down in the Chelsea history books as being one of the greatest ever for what he did for us on Saturday night, winning us the Champions League. But I really see, with the plethora of talent, not just from youth, but the experienced players right now in this Chelsea squad, your Kantes, Kovacic, Jorginhos, you know, these kind of players is a perfect foundation that with Roman Abramovich and the Chelsea board financially backing Tuchel to make his kind of signings to improve this team even further, I am sitting here with full confidence after Saturday night, and I will do for the whole summer, unless something goes tits up crazily that no one could foreshadow. Thomas Tuchel could build an incredibly successful Chelsea team here. And of course, there are still going to be a lot of questions about whether playing with 3 centre-backs is going to be the way that we continue to progress. Is that going to satisfy enough of the attacking talent in the squad right now that are going to be demanding game time? Right now, we're riding off of a high of winning the Champions League. But how does Thomas Tuchel make this Chelsea team more attacking? How can we score more goals? How can we outscore opponents at times if being defensively resolute isn't an option, the way that we saw against West Brom, for example? How do we eradicate these kind of games? And I firmly believe that as long as Roman Abramovich does back Thomas Tuchel the way that he supposedly is going to this summer, for example, giving him a 3-year contract to till June 2024 is a perfect springboard for what could be an incredible Chelsea team under the German manager. So, Thomas Tuchel about to sign a new deal. Incredible news. Even bigger, well, not even bigger news, but just as great news as that is that Thiago Silva looks to have agreed his Chelsea contract. This has been something, it's probably one of the best kept secret in football for the last couple of months has been that Thiago Silva will be staying at Chelsea next season. He'll be extending his contract. We know how Chelsea operate with players, particularly of the age of Thiago Silva. He's not going to get a 2-year deal. I think even Thiago Silva as a professional will be very well aware that this season, even for example, he's had a few little injuries here and there that have kept him on the sidelines for a while, but we cannot underestimate the value that Thiago Silva brought to this Chelsea team this season. And just seeing him lift that trophy and collecting that medal, you see his wife posting the images of Lisbon silver, Porto gold. It meant so much to football fans to see someone like Thiago Silva finally win this trophy. And I'm absolutely delighted that he's signed an extension, or, well, it's not fully confirmed as of yet. Maybe today's the day. But Thiago Silva will be staying at Chelsea for at least another year. This dog is going mad. Bro, jump in the pool. Go for a swim. Teach yourself to swim, you little rascal. We move into another duo of stories that isn't directly Chelsea related, but massively impacts Chelsea, not just from the fans' perspective, but also with availability of potential strikers this summer. The news is that Romelu Lukaku will be staying at Inter Milan this summer, which is a big surprise. However, that news is partnered by the spanner in the works that it's looking as though Antonio Conte, Chelsea Premier League winning manager, FA Cup winning manager, Antonio Conte might be about to become Spurs manager. I don't know what it is about Chelsea managers, ex-managers joining Tottenham, and I don't know why they'd want to do that, because it's a massive step down on any job you've ever had in the past. For Spurs, the project that they have, I don't know what it actually is, to be honest. I don't even think Daniel Levy knows what it is, but there's probably a big money contract being offered to Antonio Conte here. Jose Mourinho didn't work out Spurs. You guys didn't get along. It was kind of like just a big conflict of interest. You're trying to connect hands like that, but it just keeps, just drifting off in different directions. Antonio Conte's a handful. As much as I absolutely adore the geezer, and there's a lot of split opinions come the end of his Chelsea career. Some people still loved Conte. Some people hated him because they thought we were playing the worst football and it was dreadful. But I absolutely love the man, the passion that he has. But at Tottenham, they have an obsession with just trying to win a trophy, which they just cannot seem to do because it's not in the bloodline of the club. Antonio Conte is a manager where short-term spells are fantastic. But Tottenham, you might be still about to lose Harry Kane. Unless Harry Kane U-turns and says, right, if Conte's come in and we've got an actual project here, not that I'd actually think that Harry Kane's going to believe in anything anymore from Spurs. The only way I can see them being successful is if they keep Harry Kane and then Lukaku follows Antonio Conte to Spurs. Is that something that Tottenham could feasibly see happening? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But it could make Lukaku to Spurs actually far more likely, which would then open the door for Kane to go to Man City, because they're pretty desperate for him and a striker after losing Aguero, which means Chelsea, if we're talking about these big names, we're left with Erling Haaland, and it's looking like he's going to stay at Dortmund this summer. So does that leave Chelsea in a bit of a pickle when it comes to making a big striker signing this summer? Or do we just, bite the bullet, jump the gun here and just say, right, Borussia Dortmund, you're saying that Haaland's staying, but how does 150 million taste for you in your pockets right now? Champions of Europe, we can do it. Go in and sign the hottest property in world football right now. That is what I would like to see happen as a result of the catalyst of all of these things that might be happening to Spurs. And then once again, Spurs can be the catalyst for Chelsea going and signing Erling Haaland and then creating a dynasty under their new manager, Thomas Tuchel, who's already won us a European Cup and is about to sign a 3-year extension of his contract. The sun is coming out, so the camera's going to overheat, and I look as if I've just seen a bloody ghost. However, what a flipping great time this is to be a Chelsea fan right now. I keep saying it in every bloody video. I cannot get the images and the videos and the emotions of Saturday night out of my head, and I bloody hope it stays this way for a significant period of time. Chelsea Football Club are champions of Europe, and our transfer business could be about to get very interesting. Things are happening outside of Chelsea that will certainly affect what is happening inside our club. So let me know, as always, in the comments down below, what you think's going to happen. Conte goes to Spurs. Do they keep Kane? Does Kane go to City? Does Lukaku follow him? What does that leave for Chelsea? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this Chelsea FC news video today. We are crawling pretty slowly, but we're still getting there towards 200,000 subscribers here on GBFC. So if you can help me out, share these videos, subscribe, tell your mates if they're Chelsea fans. This is the home of content for the European champions for at least the next year. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.
You destroyed the bloody thing, and come here, you little rat.